No, I can't forget about YouTube. I'm all about the YouTube audience. What's going on YouTube? I love and cherish my YouTube streaming audience. I prioritize them over everything. Over everything, 100%. Okay, we should be live on YouTube as well. So what's going on, chat? What did I miss? It's been tough to get some streams going. I'm trying to get back on my consistent grind as much as possible. How we all doing? What's good? What have I missed the past couple days? I've been still kicking around, playing off stream when I can. Clawed my way back from 1700 MR all the way back to 1900 with Sagat. Yeah, I didn't stream in the thick of all the EVO drama. I suppose I'm touching on that today. What a landmine that is, huh? Feels a little bit better maybe talking about it on day 2 rather than on day 1. Maybe I won't get lambasted from people on either side of the fence. What's good, YouTube? Hello, hello. Thanks for popping on in. By the way, exclamation point Sagat. Maybe I should add that. To the title. If you guys drop an exclamation point Sagat in the chat, I have mentioned before that I've been busy at work working on the Sagat guide. And currently we're in the final phases of editing. I know this is like way too late. We're putting way too much effort into this. We're in the final phases of editing for the Sagat guide, but if you are interested on Patreon, I have for early access for paid tier members here, the full outline and script of the Sagat guide. So if you're interested in checking that out, it's 48 Google Doc pages that I converted for Patreon. So I have it over here, showing the content here. So I have a full outline outlining all of, like, I broke down basically all of Sagat's elements into a cohesive outline, and then I summarize them and also explain in the master and defeat sections how to strategize and use those elements and how to counter those elements as well. So it's designed for people on either playing Sagat or fighting against Sagat. It's meant to cover everything, right? It's way too comprehensive. So it includes just like a summary outline, but then also in the scripting section, it's literally the script I use plus like combo notations and stuff. So there's like really intense combo routing for like Sagat players, but also, like I said, the master defeat sections for the other sections will have strategy to utilize and strategy to counter. So that's what we have going on the Patreon. It will be free once the video is actually out. I just figured like maybe I'm trying to figure out the whole Patreon thing. I don't know. Feels a little weird. So I figured it would be a good perk. You can get this information in advance for free. The video will literally be documenting all of this stuff in, you know, a flashy animated form. So don't worry, there will be a video going through it. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, it's available on the Patreon now for paid members, and then it will be free. It'll be linked in the video basically and available when the video comes out, hopefully soonish. No, this level of guide, guys, you gotta understand, this level of guide has been literally all I've worked on since EVO. I'm trying to nail the scoping for what I do so that I can still stream, because basically I stream less because I'm working on this, and there's going to be less content throughput. You know what I mean? It's like I have to find the right balance for this. Literally, this is going to be losing a lot of money. is what's going to be happening, both in terms of like actual cost for, like, there's a lot of elements like the thumbnail. This is a real 3D model that I commissioned. This is not the final version of the thumbnail. This is just some assets put together right now, but this is a real 3D model commissioned by Mageru to work on and create the beat up face. Like, this is not like in-game. This is in-game access screenshots. We learned some modding free cam stuff. This is an actual 3D model created to get this face. There's a bunch of icons and 3D modeling inside the video itself, and then like I took forever to do the research to make this, and then Double A's been working forever on the editing for this. So I think I scoped it too big. for the operation I got going here, because I'm literally not spending time streaming, and I'm also not spending time making YouTube videos that would make a return, and then I'm also commissioning a lot of stuff and paying for stuff. So anyways, yeah, I know for a fact it's not going to be that successful in terms of monetary return. So I'm trying to figure out in the future, like, how can I find the sweet spot? I feel like the Elena guide was too short and sweet, and then the Sagat guide now is too, like, whoa. So I'm like, I'm trying to figure this out. But anyways, is it meant for new players as well? This is going to be, honestly, I'm not holding your hands here. I'm not telling you, like, this is how you do a drive rush cancel. No, I'm telling you, like, when you drive rush cancel, you do this, and this is the optimal convert. You know what I mean? Like, but there's some stuff in there for sure. Just like the general gameplay strategy, you will be assisted in that, because I talk about easy to implement ideas. So it's not just complex stuff. But the idea being there's chapters, and you can skip. It's going to be a really long video, so there's going to be chapters, so you can skip to the chapter that you're interested in. But, like, I'm not explaining to you how a drive rush works in this video. You get what I'm saying? I'm saying these are the mechanics of the game. It's always hard to scope stuff like that, right? Like, how much of the audience do you assume is going to understand what you're working on? You can't spend a full in-depth character guide explaining the base mechanics of the game, right? So it's a little difficult to always find that balance. But anyways, this if you've been wondering why it's only been extra trashy on the main YouTube channel, it's because this has been going on in the background this whole time. So that's that. Hopefully we wrap this up soon and move on to other stuff. Will I check out 2xKO? Yes, I will be checking out 2xKO. Obviously, I'm more excited about Marvel Tokon. You know what's funny? I maybe I need to rewatch this section, but we've been doing extra trashy, and the last episode of extra trashy was about we covered the Street Fighter 6 explosion in popularity in Japan, and then we talked about 2xKO and Marvel Tokon. And what I touched on with 2xKO, I talked about how around EVO time there was like a big explosion of the community goodwill being completely depleted for 2xKO. And a lot of people were memeing on it, ragging on it. I mean, it became a big public spectacle on Twitter to trash on this game. And I touched on that, and I was explaining the backlash the game was receiving at the time. And I got to rewatch exactly the language I saw. But I saw a lot of people saying that, like, that they felt I was misrepresenting the game, or that I was hating on the game, which is not true. I don't hate 2xKO at all. I was trying to summarize the surrounding stench that had formed because of the delay of the game, where people started to turn on the game and use it as a punching bag, which I don't enjoy. I'm not happy about that. And so I was trying to explain, like, hey, the game was announced 6 years ago, and 6 years later, all they have is 10 characters, and it's in beta. So, but then I started to see, I was like, does Riot just have like a lot of shooters? Like, I was kind of confused how people were like, nah, this game is amazing or whatever. And yeah, I realized I think there's a lot of like hardcore defenders of 2xKO, even though maybe I didn't make it very clear that that's not my perspective of the game. I am just scared for the game. Someone said you misrepresented it by saying it hadn't changed much. Well, no, so one of the comments was, I found it interesting. I said the game hadn't progressed. He said the game progressed so much. It went from a 1v1 to a 2v2. And to me, I think that's a complete different interpretation of the word progressed. If you work in one direction, and then you erase that work and return to square one and start over, that's not progression. You had to regress. You spent time going down one pathway, you decided it wasn't working, and you had to pivot. Therefore, some of that time was valuable, but it was also like it was also kind of a waste of time. You had to regress. That's not progression. That's a pivot. So to me, to say the game progressed, that to me does not build confidence at all. That to me means, wait, you did not know what you're going to make a 1v1 versus a 2v2 game? That is a massive, massive, massive pivot. Those are completely different genres of fighting games. Completely different. It's not the same thing as saying I want my 1v1 game to be slightly more air mobile, or to be focused a little bit more. I want to up the game speed. Maybe we added a short hop instead. We're gonna do a little bit more KOF than Street Fighter. That to me is progression. If you go from 1v1 to 2v2, you have entered a completely different realm that requires a completely different level of analytical breakdown of the gameplay. Completely different. That is a massive scope increase, in my opinion. And you have to be so careful with the 2v2. Tag fighters are very difficult to make well, in my opinion. So anyways, I thought I got a lot of, this video is the most disliked one, and a lot of the comments were mad at me for talking about 2xKO in that manner. And I don't know if I made it very clear. I have to rewatch what I said, but what I'm saying is I'm scared. I don't want the game to be bad. I want the game to be good. I'm really worried about the game. I'm really worried. Like, I used to be hype about this game, and now I'm concerned it's gonna flop. I'm concerned. I want to be hype like everybody else. I want to. I'm gonna play the beta though. I'm gonna try to enjoy it. But I have genuine concern. So I wish I could look at the current state of the game and feel the same as the hardcore defenders. But I don't. I feel nervous. That's what I feel. Do I like tan? I think my lighting got messed up. I've been messing with everything. Oh, it's probably the, you know what it is? My ISO. My ISO's too low. Where are we at? Yeah. Could raise it a bit more. Thing is, Tokon is kind of still in the 2xKO spotlight at the moment. Yeah, there's a lot of competition right now. And I think Tokon has announced the right time. 2xKO was announced too early. I think in general for a rollout, you can't announce too early. 2xKO felt announced entirely too early, and they were plagued with unfortunate delays. Like they had COVID. Like there's been a lot of unfortunate roadblocks for 2xKO, I feel. But I want it to be successful at the end of the day. I'm not a 2xKO hater at all, and a lot of great people from the FGC are working on it. I would love for this project to be extremely successful, but I cannot hide the fact that there's a large number of people on the internet who have looked to it as a punching bag as of late, and that there's a building negative sentiment around it. I can't pretend that doesn't exist. It's a real factor. I guess I could focus more on the positivity around it. But I'm anxious regarding this game. So I hope it's successful. I hope it's cool when it launches, and I hope it and you know, there's going to be a lot of normies out there who are completely outside the Twitter bubble who just click on it because it's free. So it's going to be really interesting to see if the free-to-play and Riot backing actually make a big difference or not. Because you got to understand also that when this game was announced, people swore up and down it was going to have millions of concurrent players daily and absolutely change the face of the FGC forever and bring billion-dollar prize pools to fighting game tournaments, and people are going to sign exclusive contracts to be 100% exclusive to XKO pros. Like that was the early impressions about how this would impact the FGC. I need you to understand were astronomical. So a lot of these conversations come from the bubble bursting on that, and people thinking like, wait a minute, I don't think it's going to be like that. I think it's going to be a slow burn. It's free to play too. Ugh. I don't understand why people always immediately. There's a set of people who react negatively to free to play. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Maybe I haven't been burned by enough free to play games. I know there's been some atrocious monetization in some free to play games, but I don't know. We'll have to see. From my understanding, Multiverses was kind of bad in terms of free to play, and we saw what happened with that game. It died really quick. That had a tragic life. But League, can people correct my understanding? For League, it's free to play, but there's a billion characters, and you have to pay for characters, correct? And you might not. And there's also cosmetics, and they have like a rotating cast of free characters you can leverage. See, that model doesn't make sense to copy one-to-one for a fighting game, because characters take so much longer to release and are so much more of an investment, both for the developers and the players. So I can't imagine it being exactly that model. I don't know if 2XKO has delved into their character release and monetization strategy that they're planning. So it'll be interesting to see how it pans out and if it's consumer friendly or not. Ranked is going to be a subscription service. Is that confirmed? Or are you just saying that? That sounds made up, but I actually don't know. What up, Nuji? It's in-game currency to get characters. Right, so you can earn in-game currency. Is that feasible to actually get characters? I'm just saying that. Well, then you're just talking to the void, my man. You come out saying free to play. They're gonna do something that I made up on my head. Ugh. So I don't know. Like, see, at least I didn't do that. I don't think in my podcast that got more dislikes than I was expecting. I don't think I did that. I don't think I went on the podcast and made something up to trash on 2XKO at least. I feel like that's what you're doing right there. You're making something up in your mind to attribute a negative value to the game that doesn't exist. The in-game currency is the main way you get league characters. So that's pretty common for people to just grind and buy their favorite champs to use their sweet ults to capture the Nexus. Am I speaking the lingo? Am I nailing it or what? What's going on? You destroy the Nexus? Is it a Nexus that you're getting? What are you destroying or capturing? Yeah, you gotta gank the champ to destroy the Nexus, right? You gotta last hit the minions. You gotta last hit the minions and chill out near the towers. And then you gank the champs. You capture Baron, right? There's a Baron somewhere. So you gotta have a lot of kings in your hand. You kill Baron. Okay, well, I'm getting close, man. I gotta practice. We're getting close. Better watch out, Faker. I'm telling you, once 2XKO teaches me the League basics, it's over. League pros need to watch out, man. The true fighting game god gamers are about to take League by storm. You think Faker is actually the GOAT of League? That's just because they haven't tapped into the actual god gamers of the FGC. You don't think Blas here would be cooking up every team out of Korea and China for free on his own? The way he plays that Ryu? Come on now. Snake Eyes was right. Exactly. Every genre of game is just lucky that Street Fighter players don't play their game, obviously. It's just like the competition in the League is like here. But the competition in Street Fighter is like... It's just a fact, dude. It's just a fact. Come on now. What about time to launch the assault on Arxis? They need to pay for their sins. They need to pay for their sins. Okay, let's get into the not so fun stuff. So, if you guys have been living under a rock, some big changes have been happening to EVO, the premier fighting game tournament, and which has been the premier fighting game tournament for decades at this point. So first off, before the main story broke out, there was an initial little news bump, which was that Nodwin buys Sony Interactive Entertainment's stake in Evolution Championship Series. So this was almost received as good news for some people, right? So as most of you may have known, a large percent of the ownership of EVO went to Sony, and it was partnered with Sony, I think, since 2023 at minimum, maybe 2022. Basically, the post-COVID years, it had been partnered with Sony. And Nodwin bought out that stake in EVO, and Sony decided to return as a major sponsor, not as a part owner of EVO. And I was like, oh, cool. Does that mean we won't get PS5 tournaments? Probably not. Like, that doesn't... It probably means we're still getting PS5 Street Fighter 6 tournaments for the time being. Not just for the sponsorship portion of this deal remaining, where Sony's still on board as a sponsor, but just for practical reasons, like the vendors and setup suppliers, companies like, 2G Gaming, if I'm remembering the name correctly. They have a fleet of PS5s to make these events happen. It might mean the return of Smash Brothers, if anything, as a possibility to EVO, since it's not officially owned by any one console that would want to or be concerned with game exclusivity in that sense. So that might be the change we see from this. And if you're anything like me, I was like, what is Nodwin? So Nodwin, it turns out, is an Indian-based esports company. And all respect to my fellow gamers in India, I was not familiar with the India esports scene. In fact, my only, as far as I was concerned, the only popular or famous esport in India was chess. Chess is huge in India. Shout out to my boy Gukesh, right? About to take down Magnus Carlsen, or already doing it. About to be the world champ. And so I had to look into it. I was like, what are they playing over in India? What are they playing in India? Turns out they're all about the mobile games, man. So the chess is number 2 in terms of earnings in India, but it's all about PUBG Mobile. And then the next big one I saw was Free Fire, which, as far as I can tell, is a mobile kind of knockoff Fortnite game. So they're all about PUBG Mobile. And so I had to be like, okay, cool. We'll see if that means anything for EVO. I don't know of any actual FGC in India. I'm sure it exists, so I would love to learn more about it. But I haven't personally seen too much of an Indian FGC or representation from India in like the traditional fighting game community. So it definitely felt like a weird pairing. It didn't feel like a natural evolution from Sony to Nodwin Gaming in terms of this ownership. But that was quickly overshadowed by the actual controversial buyout, which was Qiddiya Gaming fully acquiring major ownership of RTS and therefore the majority ownership of EVO itself. And Qiddiya, if you don't know, is part of Saudi Arabia's investment into their Project 2030 initiative, to pivot their economy away from an oil-based only economy to diversifying their economic options, which includes things like tourism. And this is part of their ongoing effort, going across industries all over the world and all sorts of entertainment sectors as well, to buy out these different gaming events, sporting events. We've seen it with F1. We've seen it with golf. We've seen it with boxing, where they have basically unlimited funds right now to buy out all of these different industries in an effort to potentially diversify their economic investments and shift their economy away from being only oil-based, which will eventually, as a natural resource, be depleted, right? So there was a risk of this for their own GDP. So this has been the initiative they're going through. And part of this strategy is, of course, like people are mentioning in the chat, it's part of sports washing, right? Like Saudi Arabia, with they've been under fire for a lot of human rights abuses. Culturally, it's not really matching with a lot of like Western sort of values. So it's a very politically charged thing. And I definitely encourage people on either side to do their own research on this. I don't really want to get heavy into the politics of what's going on here. Just know that this is not an investment in terms of a business. This is an investment in terms of a strategy to build their cultural influence and make eventually maybe tourism more inviting to other people across the planet. It's not a buyout of a business that they expect to make return on in cash. So highly advise you guys to look into this. And it's very controversial, and it has led to a lot of debates, a lot of mudslinging all over Twitter. It's getting pretty ugly out there, and it's pretty disappointing for a lot of people who feel impacted by this buyout, since basically this once grassroots event, which had already grown kind of far beyond that, especially with the part Sony ownership and the scale that it's gotten, is now fully owned by a branch of the Saudi government, right? This is not a business. It's not a private company buying out EVO. This is a branch of the Saudi government. It would be almost equivalent if like the US military owned EVO, right? So I think there's a big divide in international audiences when they see a lot of like American reactions to this. From the American perspective, there's like a big difference between a private business owning an event and supporting that versus the actual governing body owning that. So this would be like if the US Army owned EVO. That's kind of an equivalent comparison, or at least like, you know, the US government, the federal government owning EVO. It's a different perspective from the Western audience than like Sony owning EVO or like another large corporation owning EVO, right? So I think there's a big difference in perspective from people from different countries, right? Like they don't really view that big difference in terms of like where your dollar is going. So I would just advise looking into it, and you can get a better perspective of why people are upset, why people might not be upset. But the big thing here is, you know, this wasn't even, I don't even know if this was supposed to be known that this was a full ownership of RTS, which means they're the majority owner of EVO. But it was announced by this guy, Muhammad Aldawood, on LinkedIn. Here's the post here. So Qiddiya has acquired full ownership of RTS, a strategic step that will further strengthen our esports business and unlock new opportunities across the broader gaming ecosystem. And most importantly, this will enable Qiddiya to keep fueling the continued growth of EVO, the world's largest fighting game event since 1996, with unlimited potentials. This milestone paves the way for setting new heights in the evolution of EVO toward achieving the aspirations of the fighting game community. So it's written there plain to see. They want to expand EVO even more. And this is where I get very concerned, right? So like I mentioned before, this is part of their Saudi Vision 2030 initiative. I definitely recommend reading into that. But my main concern about this is talking about expanding EVO. And even if, say, you're on this side where you don't care about any potential moral quandaries, you have no concerns about this change in ownership, I'm going to talk about this from a bit of a more economics perspective, because I have concerns. I have major concerns about the event itself. So I've already been a little uneasy about EVO's current growth trajectory. EVO used to be only EVO in Las Vegas. Then they added EVO Japan. It became a bi-yearly event, and there was 2 stop points throughout the year: EVO Vegas, EVO Japan. Now we're having EVO France. EVO France is happening in several weeks. I feel like I just got back from EVO Vegas. And in fact, I feel like EVO Vegas just happened. I blinked after EVO Japan, and Mena RD is holding another EVO trophy. I barely got a chance to digest what had just occurred, and Mena RD is already up there, just completely destroying Kakadu. Won't leave that man alone, claiming another EVO title. And now EVO France is about to begin. I strongly feel that the EVO brand, before this investment from Qiddiya, which they were already a major sponsor, by the way, just to be clear, they had already been sponsoring EVO, they just didn't own it. That growth was already fueled by, I believe, this sponsorship. It's already saturating the brand. And from just a pure fan of the game, I feel like the EVO title has become extremely, extremely saturated in that sense. I don't personally know if I care. Let me rephrase that. I know I don't care as much about EVO France as I do EVO Vegas. I know for a fact, right? However, in terms of like legacy for players going forward, there's a weird thing happening where the saturation and the overexposure of the EVO brand could potentially, in my view, harm the brand in the long term, right? I think that's a risk. I generally think that's a risk. However, does that hurt EVO's bottom line? Probably not. You know, EVO will probably become this moving fighting game convention with a very prestigious fighting game tournament attached to it, and it will allow people from all over the world to attend and participate in the EVO experience, which is definitely a big benefit. So many people will be very happy about having multiple EVOs, having EVOs in their region. So that can be a good thing. However, I want to talk a bit about sustainability in the FGC. It's long been known that EVO has actually been one of the worst paying tournaments for its size and prestige ever. In fact, the largest prize pool ever for a Street Fighter tournament, or I believe a tournament ever at EVO, correct me if I'm wrong here, at least for Street Fighter, was EVO 2016 for Street Fighter V, where Infiltration won $50,000 for first place. And this is not due to having a limited number of entrants. In fact, we only had 5,000 entrants, which was a record-breaking tournament at the time, but we've seen much larger tournaments since then, tournaments with fewer amount of prize dollars available. This was a $100,000 prize pool. This had this large of a prize pool because of investment from Capcom themselves to promote the Capcom Pro Tour. Typically, for a tournament, the way the prize pool is generated is you pay $10 per tournament you enter. That goes to the prize pool, right? Goes to the prize pot. So it will be $10 times the number of entrants will determine the prize pool. So this would have been a $51,000 tournament. Instead, $50K was thrown in by Capcom, making it $101,000, right? That was 2016. Compare that to 2022, the first EVO post-COVID. So there was a significant drop-off in terms of players, right? 1,324. And the prize pool reflected that. It was only a $13,000, $240 prize pool. So Kawano in 2022, 6 years later, won $5,560 for winning EVO. And this is also due in part because there was no $50K from Capcom. So you can see the massive discrepancy here in terms of the prize pool and the prestige. Now go for even further. The most recent EVO in Vegas, Mena RD, he won a 4,233 man tournament, rather comparable to what Infiltration won in 2016. He got $16,000, about $17,000 if you round up. This is due to it being directly pulled from the number of entrants. 4,233 entrants. That means $42,330 for the prize pool. EVO has now, since the Sony partnership and the Qiddiya sponsorships, they have improved their pricing by offering a minimum guarantee of $30,000 in the prize pool. So Marvel 2 returned to EVO this year, and Chaos got 12th K for first place, divvying up that minimum guarantee of $30,000. Essentially, if the tournament doesn't reach 3,000 players, then they put up the $30,000 for the prize pool. If you go over 3,000 players, EVO pockets the rest of the pot money to subsidize, or rather they pocket their 30,000 that they would have added to the prize pool to subsidize these other prizes. So they just have a guarantee of $30,000, but they don't add $30,000 on top of the actual pot paid for by the players. So Street Fighter having 4,000 entrants, basically they're like, oh, thank God this game got this many entrants. We don't have to put any money into this prize pool for Street Fighter 6. Instead, we can distribute that to other games that get less than 3,000 entrants. So it's not like they're adding a prize pool, they're adding a prize minimum guarantee. And so therefore, that's great. That was an improvement for the players for sure. But it doesn't mean that EVO is like the prestigious big money tournament. Now, meanwhile, look at the other events, right? You go to Shanghai, look at his results and winnings. All you got to do is look at Street Fighter 6 here and go to Esports World Cup. He just won a cool $250,000 tournament at Esports World Cup and did that twice. So this money, once again, comes from the Saudi Arabian government. My point for these examples being, we are probably going to enter an era, I would predict, that we're going to start seeing pricing increase. We're going to start seeing EVO. I would not be surprised if the numbers at EVO for the pricing start to inflate. And once again, I want to remind you that this pricing that we saw with the minimum 30K at EVO, that was with Sony ownership, with Qiddiya sponsorship, not ownership. That was with Chipotle sponsorships. There were so many factors contributing to actually making that possible, and the record-breaking attendance. And even then, that was the best they could do. That was the best that they could offer the players. This money being thrown around by Saudi is not a sustainable business model. It's not an investment to make a return on these events. They are not investing into a product or into an event where they expect to directly make money. They don't expect to inflate prize pools, to scale up EVO, to directly make a return on these investments. The entire goal of it is it's sports washing, to encourage people to visit Saudi Arabia, to grow their influence for the rest of the world, and to, clean up their reputation a bit, right? It's a PR scheme for Saudi. It's not intended to make a return. Therefore, we are potentially scaling these events to unsustainable levels where if Saudi ever stops writing the checks to keep this going, the whole house of cards could collapse. We've seen this before too. The FGC has been actually a really interesting position where they've avoided the major collapse of esports. Here's this article from 2019. Shady numbers and bad business inside the esports bubble. They predicted this back in 2019. It used to be touted for years that esports championships were getting higher viewership numbers in the Super Bowl. And that was a lie. That was a lie. 4 years in the 2010 era, venture capitalists were pouring funds, millions and millions of dollars into these esports orgs in order to potentially make a return on investment. It was a gold rush at that time where there was a prediction that esports would become the biggest thing in the world. It would be bigger than football, bigger than the NBA, because it's international. It's a large growing audience, and there's no limit to the audience you can capture and potentially monetize on this. We saw esports orgs rise up. We saw your favorite FGC players were getting 6-figure plus salaries in the FGC to attend Capcom Pro Tour tournaments. They were getting 6 figures plus to fly around the world playing video games, where these teams would also pay for their travel on top of that. I was personally on CLG, right? I was on CLG. I had a salary with CLG. An org that won the LCS, right? They did the thing, the NA LCS, whatever it's called, right? They won championships, man. They did the thing in League. They're a legacy OG org. And then I was there for the call where the entire org got let go, disbanded, everyone fired. Dozens of people losing their jobs instantly because Madison Square Garden cut off the money valve, and that was it. There was no business. There was no return on investment anywhere. At no point did any of this make money, right? The only people who have made money from the esports gold rush has been the publishers. For the publishers, it actually makes sense for them to invest in this sort of thing, because when people are chasing their dreams, trying to become the Capcom Cup champion, when teams are paying to fly players all over the planet, they are actually advertising their product. The publishers sell the game. They control the ecosystem. And in other larger esports like Overwatch League or League of Legends, they actually sell the franchising spots for millions of dollars that esports orgs have to pay fees to the publishers in order to even get into the actual competition. So the publishers have a monopoly on the whole esports business, and everyone else involved in it was chasing the golden goose that never laid the egg, right? So we saw this collapse. We saw many orgs disbanded over this time, and then COVID was the final blow to this bubble. And the FGC was in a unique position where, yeah, a lot of the orgs disbanded, but because most of our events were very grassroots and it was kind of a lightweight esports ecosystem, it was able to survive for a degree, right? And we've been able to sustain a pro tour, and players are still participating in that. And Capcom adapted to the times with the World Warrior program and lowered accessibility to make this more sustainable. I am worried EVO is going to inflate. We've already seen the scale increase. They're adding 4 EVOs a year, beyond just the saturation of the brand itself, diluting the legacy of the events. I am concerned that if Saudi, this is the next gold rush, all the teams that exist now are relying entirely on Saudi money funding them for the Esports World Cup, the club championship. They're all chasing the next guy with the big checkbook. It was VC investors previously, now it's Saudi, and now EVO is getting wrapped up into this mess. At some point, they might close that checkbook, and it might all collapse. So I have concerns about that. It's a weird time. There's going to be growing pains for sure. Like I said before, it's a very emotionally and politically charged topic, so I encourage you to do your own research and do whatever is best for you. But I hope, I wouldn't say I hope, I know that the FGC will be okay after this, no matter what happens to EVO. But it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I don't know exactly where this will go or how this will end. I hope that EVO can somehow survive this, but I have concerns. I definitely have concerns. That's it. I don't really have a positive note for this. I'm a little concerned. We'll see what happens. Anyways, that's it. Do we even know how long to look to the future? No, I don't know. Like, how long before we start seeing any drastic changes? I don't know. Can you share that article? Sure. Kotaku. They're right on that one. Bomb Brillo, thanks for the 10 months. And Lolball22 with the tier 1. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's extremely politically charged, and there's a lot of reasons to be extremely emotional one way or the other. It's tough. I didn't get into the FGC to become a political commentator, and I don't plan on it. But life is politics, unfortunately. It's just reality of it. I think it's very naive and incorrect to say otherwise. It's how it goes. I will be keeping the focus of my streams and content on gaming, though, as much as possible. I feel my best when I focus on just providing value in terms of gaming entertainment and sharing that competitive growth journey. So it's a little weird getting wrapped up in this kind of stuff, because it's just you got to deal with being attacked one way or the other. And I also am not an authority on any of this. Very strange times. I'm not an authority on international relations and Saudi politics. I'm just not. I'm a guy who plays Street Fighter. I'm being put into a position where now I have to learn more about it to understand its implications. So I try to be careful what I want to talk about when I want to talk about it. But it's kind of impossible to ignore entirely. Can we talk about Tokon codes? Where is that, bro? We can talk about some Tokon. And lighter news, the Marvel Tokon beta is coming up in just a couple of days. And I say days, it's starting tomorrow, I believe. This is essentially 1 day, based on my understanding, for the time zones for Americans. You basically get 1 day to try out Marvel Tokon, and I was super excited about this beta, dude. When I got to play Marvel Tokon at EVO, I was instantly enthralled. I love the art style, love the aesthetics, and it felt really good to play. I got to play a few games of it. I got to actually play with Sajam. He got to show me some of the mechanics. I got to dive into it a little bit, and I was fiending for more. It's very rare for me to play a fighting game minute 1 and come away from that really wanting to dive more into it. I'm kind of a slow burn enjoyer of games. I need a decent amount of time in training mode digging through the mechanics and the feel of the controls before I start to get the vision of it and then start to get the dopamine hit. This game gave it to me as soon as the character select screen loaded in. Gorgeous. So when we finished up our play session at EVO at the Tokon booth, that's literally when they announced the Marvel Tokon beta coming to the PlayStation. I pulled out my phone. I figured out my login for my PlayStation account. I signed up for this beta frame one, literally as they announced it. The minute they announced it, I pulled out my phone and completed my application to this beta because I wanted to do everything in my power to ensure I made it into this beta. And people are really excited about it. In fact, TNS is gearing up to do a full Marvel Tokon tournament for the beta. I'm going to be super excited to see what's going on with this tournament. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then, I saw some interesting comments about this. K7 here. This is about to be the first tournament with 0 entrants. Because, man, people are struggling to get into this beta, dude. And by people, I mean me. Oh my god, I've been refreshing my emails nonstop. So happy for everyone getting the Marvel Tokon beta invites. Not very genuine with this. I have been refreshing my email for the past 2 days, every 5 minutes, checking my spam folder, checking all the different inboxes. I got nothing. 0. And then Brown Pixels here commented, I get Big Man is going to get one any second now. When you're that Hollywood, you just passive aggressively joke about something and usually get it pretty quick. And he's right. He's absolutely right. If this was Street Fighter, if this was Capcom, maybe I would have some sway. maybe I could be like, oh man, sucks I didn't get into the Street Fighter 7 beta. And then suddenly, whoa, something shows up, a little surprise wrapped up in my email is suddenly delivered. Maybe. However, this is not Capcom. This is barely even Arxis. This is Sony we're talking about. Okay, this is Sony. And I have done nothing but complain about PS5 since it has released. This has been my least favorite console of all time. I have been complaining. These are some old tweets I dug up from me talking about PS5. All I know is playing Street Fighter 6 online on my PC feels infinitely better than playing offline on PS5. Such a weird era. Is there another one here? Yeah, just me talking about how the default PS5 setup plus improperly configured end zone is horrible. I've just been anytime I talk about PS5 in streams, podcasts, on Twitter, it's usually negative. I own a PS5 and I barely turn that thing on, and every game I played on it has been meh to mediocre. I haven't been a fan of Sony this generation, and I've had a lot of bad experiences with PS5 in terms of standard tournament play. I don't believe this console was built for a competitive fighting game tournament environment. It just seems incompatible, is my perspective. So even if I did have that sway, I might have killed any goodwill, potentially. So no, me being passive aggressive on Twitter did not resolve my issue about not getting an invite to the Marvel Tokon beta. In fact, it seems like a lot of people who are larger content creators, players, and influencers in the fighting game space are also struggling, right? Here's Tenure the Mule tweeting out, seeing people like Diphone and Sonic Fox not get codes for the Marvel Tokon beta honestly feels kind of relieving. Dude, that's he added them and everything. You went out of your way to remind these people that they're not getting into the beta and that you feel good that they're suffering. Diphone, great response here. Crazy ad. Honestly, feels kind of relieving you didn't get one either. Brother. Facts, dude. Facts. That shit's mad annoying. What the hell? But also, I can't lie. I did feel better, right? Once I saw, I was like, you know what? Diphone didn't get in. Sonic Fox didn't get in. Okay. You know what? Maybe it is. Maybe it ain't so bad. I'm not the only one left out. Maybe Tenure the Mule. You know what? You're onto something. I feel you. Tenure the Mule. You didn't have to tag the guy, but I get you. And in fact, when I saw that Sajam didn't even get one. Sajam? You're telling me Sajam didn't get a code? And they even used him in the promotion material here? You're telling me the Sajam? At this point, I said something's up. Nobody has a code? It must actually be random. It really is random. And at a certain point, I was doubting if anyone got the code. Not many people that I knew personally actually received a beta code, but rumor has it some people did actually receive an invite to this beta. But I didn't see Hook Gang God get one. It's over, man. No code for Tokon. That was until today. I'm in. I'm smiling at the camera here. I had to call him out. Brother, you can't pretend to be one of us left out of the beta and then suddenly rug pull us. I thought you were one of us peasants. You're here cheesing at the camera. You lied. Us betaless peons have to stick together in solidarity, okay, man? You're a scab. You sold us out. I said, at least Infernasu, you and I can suffer together, watching from the sidelines, not having a beta, because they send out multiple waves. We kept getting our hopes up. We kept refreshing. There was announcement after announcement as the hours went on that more invites went out. But it didn't even hurt Infernasu. You lied to me. I thought we were in this together. Another scab? Another scab? I said, well, you know, you just can't trust everyone. You know, people are going to be selfish. They're going to do whatever, lie, cheat, steal, whatever it takes to get that beta invite. I said, at least Sajam and me, you know, we're going to stick this one out together. And then he said this. I hope streaming Tokon is real. Otherwise, I'm just going to be meditating like Jiren until 2xKO a week from today. Expect long streams basically the whole week to try the whole roster. What? What? He didn't even say I got a code. He didn't even say you got a. He says I'm going to be fucking streaming the whole week. For 2xKO, who's gonna do long streams for 2xKO? Oh man, he must really be suffering then. Never mind. He's actually suffering then. He's actually suffering. Well, anyways, I was feeling left out. Unfortunately, seems like I will not be participating in this beta. I was really looking forward to it, and I did not get an invite. But in the spirit of the beta, I finally decided to dust off my PS5. It had been many, many, many months since I have powered my PS5 on, just to see maybe if I booted up, connect to the PSN, connect to the network, it would kickstart the system and the email would come in. And I found out that my PS5 is bricked. And booting to safe mode and re-downloading the software for the OS hasn't fixed it. So so you know what, Sony? You know what? Maybe you were right not to send me an invite. Brother. Literally, this stream today was delayed because I was trying to understand what was going on with my PS5. They didn't just not invite you, they assassinate your PS5. Yeah, they said, you want a beta code? Download this, buddy. We've seen your tweets. Oh, PS5 has more input delay than PC for Street Fighter 6, huh? Oh, PS5 at EVO melted everyone's USB ports, causing massive delays to your bracket, huh? Yeah, they got a code for you. We got a code for you right here, buddy. So, anyways, I neither have a Tokon code nor a working PS5. We'll try to figure that one out. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'm the only one who has this problem, but every single time I've ever powered on my PS5, it always told me I did something wrong. I've never had this issue with any other computer, console, any other device. Every time I went to my PS5 to wake it up, it always said, hey man, you powered me off wrong. And I said, dude, I put you to sleep. Like, what are you talking about? Every single time. So maybe it caught up to me. Maybe my PS5 was grumpy from the get-go. Didn't want to be woken up. Does it every time I've had a power blip? Yeah. You know, I'm in Texas, so unfortunately our power flickers all the time. Texas power grid, lol. So we have tons of power surges, power flickers, power outages. Happens constantly. And I don't think the PS5 is built to handle that. Stupid Texas scuffed ass power grid might have bricked my PS5. We'll see. We'll see. I might be able to do a full reinstall of the system from booting into safe mode. There's an option for that. So I'm gonna let that run overnight and see what happens. But this thing was always complaining. Every time, once a month when I turned on the PS5, it always complained at me. It's like, hey man, please don't turn me off like that. I'm a delicate little PS5. I'm so precious. I'm so delicate. Like, dude. Bring back the fucking brick of Xbox 360. I mean, that thing, once you threw it into an oven, wrapped a towel around it, that thing was indestructible. You know? Oh, little 3 red rings of death. Wrap that shit in a towel, throw it in the oven. You'll never have a problem ever again. But PS5 can't survive a little power flicker, little power surge. Anyways, Marvel Tokon should be fun to watch. I'll be tuning into all the streams, but I will not, unfortunately, be participating firsthand. Got cooked. Got cooked. Hopefully some of you guys got in. Did anyone in the chat actually make it in? I regret my PS5 immensely. Yeah, unfortunately, it just feels like a failed generation, in my opinion. You got in? Nice. Okay, so people actually did make it in. Well, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. Yeah, fucking scabs in the chat. Ban them all. One by one. Fell for my trap here. You're crossing the picket line. Only beta-less losers here. All right? Everyone else out. Please. Please. So, Gimmer, do we believe there's any chance we get a random email tomorrow? No. I mean, I don't believe. But that's my default position. Just assume you're not going to get anything. You'll be better off. My default position is we were doomed from the get-go. Therefore, I can't be disappointed.
Street Fighter 6.
I got 2 separate invites. Can I give someone the other code, or is it tied to my PSN? Well, look at this greedy find fellow Toonhead 56. Wow, my favorite. You've always been my favorite first chatter, by the way. By the way, dude, I don't know if you know this, but like ever since you popped into my chat from day one, I've been like, dude, Toonhead 56 just got it. I just be like, you know, most of the chatters, their messages come and go, but when that first message popped up, I was like, that's the one, man. That's the one. Man, I don't know if it's tied to your PSN, but you know, it never hurts to try, right? Like, never hurts. Are you guys excited for the 2xKO beta? I am going to play the 2xKO beta, but I do feel that Marvel Tokon is more of a game for me than 2xKO. but it should be fun still. Blitzcrank looks kind of cool, honestly. My main concern from the first beta was that the pacing was really slow in terms of like KO animations and round change animations and rematch. It was like the whole navigation in between playing the game felt really slow. So I don't know if they sped that up in the second beta. I didn't get to play the second beta. I got mixed. Lucky. Still feels kind of slow for a tag game. That's better for me. Nice. Lazy Luku with the big 13, thank you. Oh, I messed up. Baited. I've been using a lot more heavy drive rush into block lately. It works pretty well. I could have juggled there, but I don't know with what. It's kind of far away for light DP. I brain farted. Okay, worked out. Pork by the pound, thanks for the big 11 months. Appreciate that. Darn. Nice. Do you like this Sagat more than Street Fighter V one? Well, I never played Street Fighter V Sagat, so I don't know. I kind of rather that than him have level 2, to be honest. was hoping to DP a Blanca Ball to level 3. Oh, weird. I like this Sagat, but I still want the Karas back. Yeah, it would have been cool to play with Karas. I'm a little disappointed by that. What the fuck? No! Ugh, my weak ass crouch DP. That was DP level 3 right there. Yeah, I figured there was no way he wasn't going to go for that meaty to activate level 2. I want to improve utilizing Sagat's anti-normals. A lot of reward there. Yeah, that's true. I haven't been using his anti-normals anywhere near enough because I could have back heavy punched there and won.
Here comes a new challenger. You must crush them.
Heavy Kick is better now. Heavy Kick does have anti-invincibility, I think, for part of it, so it can anti-air later, but back Heavy Punch gives more reward. Heavy Kick might be a little more consistent. I don't know. I thought maybe. I missed my special cancel there, unfortunately. Come on, man! Let me get the fucking... Okay, wait a minute. Oh, I almost fumbled the checkmate. Okay. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, yeah, nice. Plus frames. Plus frames. Stay medium punch. Having a plus frame medium like that is so good. This is what jury players are feeling like 24/7, huh? Okay. I was trying so hard to anti-air him. I had no idea what side he was on. Yo, was that kind of good? I feel like that was good what I just did. Nice. Yeah, the heavy kick anti-air converted to a full combo there. I've never done that. I kind of just... my brain put the pieces together for me on the fly there. That might be better than I'm giving it credit for. Especially, the problem with Dhalsim Float is, like, trying to DP it can be very difficult because you can't easily tell what side they're on in time with the float to DP. So I often miss the DP input. So that's been an issue for me. So what was the problem here? This was a checkmate I almost fumbled. So if I standing medium punch here, should trade, yeah. That's a guaranteed DI as well, right? Okay. Slime losing against mine against a Dhalsim player is amazing. When you don't know how to deal with the zoner, it sucks, man. Very frustrating experience. Superior KJ, thanks again for the big 15. Sup, Brian? Started my leverless journey, which is a big learning curve, but your vids on SOCD really help a lot. Appreciate you for all you do for the FGC. Hey, thank you. Glad the vids help. Check out all the other resources out there. Hitbox has a bunch of free resources as well. I put a couple of dedicated videos, I think for free on the Patreon page also. Jamie's been a big problem for me. Ah! Don't lose your mind. Don't lose your mind. I'm losing my mind. Brother, palm doesn't work, so match sweep. I was waiting. That's all I was waiting for, was the OD palm to fuck him up for that. I hate. It's just not a good game. Kind of have to, man. Dangerous. Oh! Why? Oh. Anti-air fucking parry, brother. Come on. Come on. Okay. Regardless of how I feel about the mechanics of the game, I must overcome. I must adapt. Must adapt, overcome. I just really dislike perfect parry anti-air because it serves, I don't like the mind game of it, and I think it serves as just a crush for people who aren't good at using their anti-air tools like they're supposed to. It does add a mind game, but I don't think it's a good mind game. I think it's just a bad one. He will drive our sweep one way or the other. That sweep is occurring. I respect it. Nice. Yeah, you're right. I'm impatient. You're right. Called me out.
This is our destiny. My secret art gets got. This is my time.
Thank you, Tiger Knee. Thank you, Tiger Knee, for carrying me. No fucking way. No way. I'm cooked. Oh, thank God. I'm cooked. No. Where's my level 1? Listen, we're gonna forget this round ever happened, chat. Between you and me, guys, this round never happened, okay? Sweep, 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 sweep. Oh my God, I'm terrified. I'm terrified. Oh my God, I'm terrified. What round exactly? Dude. Why somebody active frames? Oh, I could have killed him with a confirmed to level 3 earlier though. Nice. Oh. All right, GG. Too many mistakes. Too many mistakes. I could have won a couple times, a couple rounds I threw, and then I should have confirmed this. I had a fireball string. This like always combos. I need to. I could have looked for that, and I could have killed also.
Now, find a new rival.
I'm still struggling when people don't give a fuck and cause chaos.
Round 1. Fight.
Oi. Yeah, this guy's pairing a lot. Gotta mix that up. Oh!
Round 2.
Okay.
Fight.
Brother. Golly, I'm disappointed. I fucked up. Maybe I should have gone into level 3 when I got that combo conversion. This dude mashed immediate wake up throw. Like crazy. Okay, that should have been medium DP. Oh, my hit confirms. Non-existent right now.
Locked on. Right.
Missed my DP. True. No! Dude, he almost killed me again on this stupid hooligan mix-ups. Almost got me. Oh, I didn't mean to back throw, fuck. Reversal what, dude? I did OD. Reversal what? Should be OD DP every time. I should just stun parry those. This is so greedy. I don't know why I did that. This is so greedy. That was the right move. Calculated. It worked, so it must have been the right play. That's called good gameplay analysis. I got lucky. I didn't mean to back throw, man. Okay. Maybe I did mean to back throw.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh well, if you can't beat them, join them!
Should have done heavy tiger knee since I got to the corner. X Goki, thank you very much for that fresh prime. Appreciate that. Enjoy the mid-tier emotes. I didn't believe.
Sagat. Round 1. Fight.
I don't think he meant to do that. Does this kill? Yeah. Sorry. I kind of knew that he would try level 2, and I kind of knew that wasn't going to work, because I've fucked up and used level 2 like that plenty of times as Terry. So I was like, I think this is safe, and I think he's going to be very disappointed when this doesn't work. No. Well, it's GG, unless... Okay, I should still live this? What are you doing? You're fucking up, that's what you're doing. My guy, that was way too fancy. What was he... What new optimals have I missed out on? What new optimal routes have you guys been cooking up over there in the Terry world? He did about 15 different frame kills into OD combo drop into immediate L. You've seen so many Terrys doing the jump back heavy kick after stun? Maybe I missed out on something. Maybe it's like an optimal combo for less meter spend on a stun? I don't know. I'm really not sure.
Round 1. Fight.
What are you trying to do? It was a stun combo with like a jump back heavy kick into heavy round wave, I think. Whoops. My hit confirms were ass. I'm dumb. Nice route, nice route. Okay, well, nice. You gonna spend it? Yeah, you can kill with level 2. I didn't think I would just whiff on the sweet punish. I mean, I don't even think I would punish, but I didn't think I would whiff. Like I just did. Nice. Yeah, nice. Okay.
Akuma. Round 1. Fight.
Okay, totally intentional.
Round 2. Fight.
That was very sketchy. That was very sketchy. Nice. Ah, try to sneak in.
Sagat. Round 1. Fight.
Ah, my hit confirms were ass! Look how much damage that cost me. Oh, if I was a frame early, I could have brought that back. Yeah. Hold parry drive rush is so good. All right, you got me. Hey, yo, Hermit, thanks for the raid. Hopefully you had a good stream. Appreciate that.
Akuma. Here comes a new challenger.
Here comes a new challenger, Kim.
Round one. Fight.
That interaction has been costing me so many rounds. Kim doing tick, jab into walk back heavy punch, and my jab whiffs and I get punish countered. I gotta stop doing that against Kim. I get punished for that so often, where I think with other characters, you would actually just hit them, or they wouldn't be able to punish you that easily. But with Kim, I always get punish countered. I gotta really, like, not use that interaction against her, or, like, not fall for that. If I'm gonna challenge there after the shimmy, I need to press a bigger button, like a medium, or just backdash and reset or something. It's been costing me a lot. Ugh.
Kimberly. Round one. Fight.
Do you know the frame data, or was that a ballsy call out, or what? Oh, engaging gameplay right now. Okay, I can't do that there. Okay. Okay.
Round two. Fight.
All right, GG's. GG's.
Kimberly.
GG's. break time. When did my parental controlled chat room develop? When did this happen? I gotta know where I went wrong. I gotta understand where I went wrong. At what point did my chat start becoming like thinking they're my parental guardian and or trying to advise me on what they think is like be concerned for me? When did this happen? Because this happens way too often. When did this happen? I gotta understand what culture did I develop and how do I revert it? Oh, that's a trade combo. Oh, fuck. I don't really know why I did that DI. It just felt like the right thing to do, to be honest. Really? I thought that because I was high up, it would combo. Keep it tight.
Round 2. Fight.
Wow. Interesting idea. Interesting. What? That was Fireball. Okay. I did crouching medium punch into OD Fireball and it gave me heavy punch target combo. I might lose. Unless he does that. Okay. I got the stun, then I was like, how much drive gauge should I invest? I should have done a cheaper combo. So I don't think I was gonna kill, right? I try to wake up DP. DP? Really?
Round 2. Fight.
That was kind of late. All right, GG's.
Sagat.
Break time ashwagandha. You know, I legit did take ashwagandha once, and I do think it gives an effect. I don't know if I like it or not, though. I tried it.
Oh, well,
I was like,
can't
huh.
beat 'em, join 'em.
Will this make me the most even-keeled person of all time? And I think it just made me kind of anxious. Speaking of, Herbal Extract, thanks for the Prime, appreciate that. And Energy Vortex TV, thanks for the Prime. Has Brian ever tried Adderall? I only take controlled substances that are prescribed by a licensed medical professional to treat conditions for medicinal purposes.
Challenger.
What are my favorite esports PEDs? I still don't think the great PED Awakening has hit fighting games yet. People talk like Adderall and other things are like really rampant in esports, and people have mentioned that with the FGC. I don't think that's the case. Maybe I'm naive, but I don't think that's the case. Am I wrong? I probably could have killed there, huh? This is a horrible combo.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh! I don't know what's going on. Is this guy trying to do anything? I've never seen a DJ not do things for so long. You haven't drive rushed or thrown a fireball. What's the plan here? There we go. He's doing so little, it's surprising me.
Round 1. Fight.
Is there a roll back there? I think he just went for a meaty, so it didn't matter, but that looked really weird. Yeah, okay, connection's starting to die. It was doing okay for a while. I tried to stagger that. I didn't want to give it to you right away. That wasn't an unk check. He just did it, and I threw a fireball. That's what an unk would say. Listen, just because you guys don't understand that words have meaning doesn't make me the unk in this situation. Y'all are just searching for any buzzwords you can type into the Twitch chat at any point. I'm down for the unk check meme. You gotta use it correctly. That's all. That's all I ask. If I throw a fireball and he did a random DI, how is that an unk check? That is a gamble. He just gambled. Now, if I was sitting there staring him in the face and he went for it, then yes, I would agree with you. See, that was an unk check. No, actually, I thought he would do Sagat there. That's why I did that.
I have the momentum.
Oh my god. Okay, didn't block the toes. Lucky me. Damn, dude, I didn't even realize he had level 2. He just built the meter. Nice awareness. Watch this, though. Ah!
Sagat wins.
Yeah, I was trying to be aware of level 2, and then he just built it, and I threw a fireball right into it. You a saint if this game don't make you salty? Some people are like that. Oh, did the graphics glitch out, by the way? Doesn't this shadow look like way too saturated, like this is someone's YouTube thumbnail? What could I do here? I don't think I could kill here. Maybe this. It's something I haven't experimented with much. That's not gonna hit high enough. No, it's less damage. What was my optimal route again? Oh, is DJ a big body? This works on him. That normally doesn't work. Medium Nexus, no follow-up, back heavy punch? What? I didn't realize DJ was a big body. Like, I can do... You normally can't do that route on an immediate drive rush cancel into immediate back heavy punch fireball. But yeah, I completely forgot how I got max damage here. Was it this? What did I do? Why can't I remember this? 3599. How did I get this? I'm actually so lost. I forgot what I did. Yeah, guys, obviously if I react in time, I do crouch heavy punch. Like I'm doing crouching medium on purpose because that's what I realistically will react with in this situation, and that's what I did. Did a meaty back heavy punch? I did not do a meaty back heavy punch. Why am I not? I'm like not getting the right height here. Oh, that's what it is. So this is weird. Okay, DJ. This is not normally how this works. Thank you. Okay, so normally on most characters, you can't do drive rush from medium to back heavy punch to medium fireball. It will whiff on normal sized characters. You can start from heavies on normal sized characters and get the right fireball spacing from drive rush cancel, but on like an average character, this does not work. To get the immediate fireball, you'd have to delay it, and delaying it usually means you can't do drive rush heavy kick. But this is weird that you would delay it on DJ, and that gives you the right height for this late Tiger Knee to medium DP. But if I do it immediately, normally it gives you the max height, then this is not hitting right. I can only do light DP. So the delay actually sets up the Tiger Knee better. So now I did delay. Yeah, I just delayed by a frame, and it sets up the Tiger Knee, so I get the more damaging Tiger Knee hit, and I get medium DP. Okay, let me do immediate fireball, then delay my back heavy punch. Follow up. DJ must not be normal sized. He must have some kind of difference. Normally this only works on like Sagat, Marissa, E Honda, whatever. I didn't realize that DJ was considered like a wider character. Because, like I said, that normally doesn't work. Okay, so this combo works with the immediate fireball if I delay cancel the Tiger Knee on the back heavy punch. So immediate fireball, immediate back heavy punch, delay cancel will give you this higher hit with more damage. But I didn't get it there. Yeah, well, seems variable. Might just be easier to delay the fireball and get this. I delay cancel too late. Yeah, it's a 4 frame. It's a 5 frame. Trying to get like a 3 frame. There we go. Okay, this works on frame 2 or 3. Delay cancel. I think you just go for the delay cancel. So I didn't get it here, so I'm not going to get the better hit. Okay. But then if I go to a normal character, let me see what happens there. So 1 frame charge, heavy DP, ever useful in combos. Rarely, it's usually usually you're rewarded for doing a different route and then ending in like a medium DP. Because the first hit of the charge heavy punch DP generally does less in combos. Because you could usually do like a tiger knee and a DP. Is what happens if you avoid the heavy DP. The heavy charge DP is always best for no super meterless damage. Usually. Ending in heavy charge heavy DP is best. And it gives you a hard knockdown and all that, right? See with Ryu, if I do immediate fireball here, it whiffs. But if I do heavy, it connects. Okay, yeah, the 3 frame works there. I'm gonna try 2 frame.
Well, if you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah, 2 frame works. Yeah, so you want to do, that's weird. That's weird that the 1 frame works on DJ. That's good for other things. I still gotta use this route more. Machismo HD, thanks for that fresh prime. Appreciate that, man. Enjoy the mid-tier emotes. Thank you very much. Lord Hamad. Hamad be doing nothing but pressing medium kick and heavy punch. And winning. Oh, he's going in this time, though. Nice.
Round 2. Fight.
Excuse me. I did not even realize I was going into burnout, baby. Sweet.
Sagat. Round 1. Fight.
My drive. He's attacking my drive gauge heavy. Yeah, nice. Oh, nice. Seeing Hamad not playing Honda, like, damn, bro, really made it out the trenches. Is Sagat better than Honda? Probably. Bad confirm? Oh, paid. Paid off. I feel like I could have done a better combo here. His water wet. Hamad used to be a really good Sagat player, if you guys don't know. Oh, it's punishable, okay. Oh, I'm dead. Pretty opty, pretty opty. Could have been a little bit more. Could have gone for the 2-frame. I swear to God I pressed parry. I swear to God. I swear to God. Now you may uncheck me. Yes, fine. Fuck, I swear to God I pressed parry there. I swear to God. Oh, must have been a frame off. Oh. I was trying to be too opty there. Oh. Oh, fuck. No! I did the wrong route. I could have killed him with the basic drive rush loop. I gotta punish that harder. Okay, spindle the bar though. Oh, I'm so cooked! What do you got? You gonna go for DP? Yeah, nice. Nice bait. Nice, nice, nice. I like that sequence too. He didn't cancel it, he stalled. Alright, GG's. I've never seen him do that much with Sagat. I'm telling you, the last couple times I played him, he literally just pressed these 2 buttons only.
Here comes a new challenger.
Cool thumbnail. Did you say when the video's dropping? We're on the final phases of editing. I'm really hoping to get that Sagat guide out soon. Double A is on the clock, you know, it's doing this thing. Really? I see the vision, but I don't know. I was hyper fixated on my drive gauge right there. Why do I keep thinking medium DP works there? I got lucky at least. Oh, word? Oh, I respect it, I respect it.
Sagat. Round one. Fight.
Corner carry, dude. Yeah, true. Oh! Thank God he didn't do a jump and I could have died there. Nice. Sweep. No way. All right, nice capitalization. Oh my God, I pressed into it. That was just gonna whiff. I pressed into it. If I just sat still for a couple of frames longer, he would have just whiffed and I would have won. Oh my God. Unfortunate interaction for myself, if I do say so. have killed with 1 bar, maybe 0. Plus, baby. I'm in a bad spot. Good level 1. Okay, he's burnt. He has level 2. What do we do here? Got it. Still went over, huh? Dude, he was on the back foot that entire round. This round was really interesting, actually. I kind of want to highlight this. This round was really interesting. Definitely highlight some of Sagat's strengths, too. But I feel like this round really exemplifies the drive gauge situation. Look at this. So, he spends 3 bars in the beginning of the round. And I think from this moment forward, he was actually losing. Like, I think the drive gauge system actually did its job here. Because look, but he made it way worse. That drive rush jab was an absolute mistake. He compounded the problem. But look at this. As soon as I saw his drive gauge was down, I'm like, oh, projectile time. Like, I'm just going to keep doing whatever I can to force him to block. And he's also going ham because he doesn't want to play the fireball minigame and risk getting burnt out. So that's why he's trying to get in as much as possible. And I also know here, in this moment, I'm like, he's not going to stay on the ground. He's going to do... After a throw tech, a common option is like OD fireball, right? Like to try to make them block and reset the situation even further in your favor. I'm thinking he's going to jump or he's going to do crack shoot to get over the fireball. And then he just jumped because he doesn't want to block anything. Because if he blocks and gets his drive gauge down, he's going to lose. He can't go into burnout. So from the very beginning of the round, he spent the 3 bars and a 4th for a drive rush. And then from this moment forward, I'm like, okay, all he can do really is wake up super. So I'm like staggering my pressure. Him getting this perfect parry here was nuts, by the way. Like the fact that he perfect parried this projectile kept him in the game for longer. But then as soon as he perfect parried, he's like, I gotta get in. Like, I'm gonna go into burnout. I need to do something. I might as well just go in right now. And it doesn't connect. And then he's just getting hit by stray shit, not blocking. Because he doesn't want to block any string pressure at all because he's burnt. And that's why I stagger on all my wake-ups. If he converted this stand MK to level 1, that would have been godlike. And I think that would have brought him back into the round. Because he could have stalled. Like, his drive gauge would have been rebuilding that whole time. That would have been really good. But literally this whole time, he's just floundering because he's like, I got to not block. And then he's just trying to get in. And then I'm just timing... Now at this point, I'm timing meaty projectiles. So, he went too ham at the end there, but I think this whole round literally went downhill because he did a raw drive rush in the beginning that didn't work. And then he tried to drive rush again. And then he was below 2 bars in 5 seconds. So... interesting round, and I feel like that let Sagat actually play the mind game because he's so concerned about the fireballs that he's trying to worm his way out of every situation and scramble and just not throwing too many fireballs, waiting for him to jump and get himself picked apart. Worked really well. It's pretty interesting. Should he have just taken the burnout early? Honestly, I felt like he was trying to do that, but he was doing that in a bad way by using misspaced raw drive rushes. I think he should have just done another crouching medium kick drive rush, but he didn't really get the opportunity. He could have gone full Noah, you know what I mean? Like, just immediate crushing medium kick again, drive rush, but he didn't really get the opportunity. I don't know if the raw drive rushes were good enough. I think taking the burnout early with the crushing medium kick drive rush is not a terrible idea. But it just kept compounding. Like he needed to get into that early and then control instead of trying to fight the burnout so hard. I do feel like if he had just blocked, it would have been way better. Because he took so much damage trying to avoid burnout. Like, he lost all of his health until this point here. And then at this point, I think he's just kind of annoyed. Yeah, you could have thrown an OD fireball as well. Anything that sets up plus frames or control in exchange for going to early burnout is worth it. Like a low 4 drive rush or an OD fireball, I agree with that. That would have been an okay idea. Anything besides just getting beat up, trying to avoid the burnout. So, really, like, quickly fell apart. Pretty interesting. I'm wondering if I could have done anything here. This was kind of late on the forward heavy kick. What did I do? I did DP. Maybe level... Actually, you know what would have been good here? Maybe level 1. This is not a very high forward MK, so I probably can't get much of a combo here. Just level 1 here would have been funny, because he would have been in such a bad spot. Like, it would have been better on the drive gauge. So maybe level 1 would have been better for me to do in this situation. 2, 3, 40. Oh, okay, wait a minute. We could have got a little funky with it. Yeah, I should have been like, you're right. We don't need drive gauge. If I could build a level 2 there, that'd be insane. It's actually kind of close. Wait, hold up. Hold on, this is a thing? Oh, no fucking way. No fucking way. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Why can't I level 2? Hold on. We got this, we got this. Can I kill? Can I kill? EX Jinrai? Oh, wait, crashing medium connects here? Or crushing heavy? Dude, you can kill from this? I didn't realize this would ever be worth it. Wait a minute. I thought the jab extension was a meme.
Oh, well, if you can't beat him, join him!
That also works. Wait, this is kind of more real than I thought. So it still seems like going to back heavy punch fireball is the best, like always. That was less damage. Equipped Halo, thanks for the big 30 months. Papa Lico, thanks for the big 60 months. And Riot scammed me, thanks for the fresh prime. Thanks everybody for the subs and resubs. I appreciate the support of the stream. Okay, so you can't get level 2 from this. Yeah. If you can combo medium DP, you can combo level 2. So you can do that. That's a lot of damage without super meter. More so than I thought it would be, right? Because I'm doing a driver's jab in the middle of it. Wait, hold on. I gotta get that high hit. I don't know about this. Okay, I can't do double back fireball. Back heavy punch fireball. Well, can I actually? What? Okay, well, hold on. That's kind of cool. Let's see if we can get towards heavy kick there. Didn't I do that one time already? I'm trying to see if I can potentially get any more out of this. Yeah, that's not gonna reach. That's pretty interesting. If we hit the corner, that could be useful. Maybe level 1 route here? Maybe? Let's see. Come on now. Come on now. I was late. I almost did level 2. One more time. Let's get that. Okay, let me not delay the second back heavy to OD fireball. Let me just do it. Oh, I gotta delay it a little. It's a little funky getting that to connect to the OD fireball. I'm not sure what the secret sauce there is, to be honest. Ah, sorry. I'm always about to do level 2. This is the one. Right here. We're about to get this first try. And this is that try. Right here. Right now. Told you. Okay, it doesn't kill. That's very interesting, though. Three, 1, 3, 8 before super. What am I even doing here? How do I get to level 2 again? So that would do more damage if I hit the corner. That route would do more damage if I can get to level. I can get to level 2 from that basically. 2829. So this taught me, I don't know when this will get incorporated into the gameplay, but what this is saying to me is that picking up with drive rush jab into a drive rush cancel can be worth it from the towards heavy kick, and you can do that from really low. Meter hungry, but this is crazy optimization. I did not believe this was going to work. This was a meme combo I started with, so that's actually really cool. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Okay, I think that's a good place as any to go ahead and close it out. Kind of a shorter stream, but it's already 10 o'clock my time. I got to get ready for bed and be a responsible adult. So thank you guys for watching. GG's everybody I played. Time to update the Sagat guide. That's not making it in. I'm sorry. That's why you can't be doing guides, man. They're instantly outdated. You know how many times I had to update the guide after watching Pugera at Esports World Cup? Yeah, this should... this is how... You just gotta freeze it in time. Anyways, I'm out. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. By the way, one last call to action here. If you're interested, yeah, exclamation point Sagat in either chat. On the Patreon page, we have the early access available for paid tier members to the gameplay outline notes and to the script, which has, it's like 48 Google Doc pages of content here. So the complete outline that I created and followed to help build the guide, and then the full script, which includes combo routes, and it's also a lot of counterplay as well. So it's broken down section by section. It's how to master Sagat and also how to defeat Sagat to appeal to both sides. This will be made free when the video is available, maybe a couple days, maybe a week, I don't know. So you can just wait for it. But if you're interested and want to support, you can go ahead and check this out on Patreon as well. So just trying to promote that that's out there if you want. No pressure. You can also follow for free. I post free stuff on there also. Hey, thank you, February, for subscribing. Appreciate that. Thanks for supporting. Anyways, that's it for real, for real. I'm out of here. Have a wonderful evening, and I will catch you whenever I catch you. Have a good night. Peace. Bye, Twitch. Bye-bye. Bye, YouTube.